bunch of stuff myself. Okay. And we are live. Let me just make sure the screen's coming up, Maya, and I got to mute this button. Bunch of stuff. There we go. I caught it just in time. All right, you guys. Hello, everybody on Primal Hacker YouTube channel. What's going on? Oh, sorry. Something popped up on my computer screen. Hold on. Okay, we're back. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Pool Party podcast. Actually, welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm going to record and say that over again. I'm still learning, Maya. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Pool Party podcast. I am your host, Tamaro. And today I am super excited to introduce to you my Kundalini teacher, the world's Kundalini teacher, the fabulous Maya Fiennes. And you guys, you are in for such a treat today. She's going to take us through some breathing exercises. She is going to talk about her experience with Kundalini yoga and some really cool stuff. We're going to do some Kunda dance at the end. So stay tuned and go get a cup of tea and let this all soak in. And we're going to raise your frequency with this podcast today. So welcome, Maya. Thanks for coming.
Oh, Heidi, thank you.
Yeah. This is so
exciting. And all your background there. It's so funky.
I know. I found that. I'm like, it's just so much fun. When I'm talking to clients too, I'm just like, we raise our frequency. That's what we do. And that's the quantum technology of Kundalini yoga, is it not?
That's absolutely right. Anything, all the senses needs to be enhanced. And that's what happens. Then you're elevated. So everything you see is with the different eyes.
So awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have a lot to do today. So Maya, should we jump right in and let's get our connecting breaths ohms in?
Suggestion so that everybody is in kind of like a same level. Let's raise the vibration slowly, beautifully, gently with a few ohms. I'm going to put the electrical shruti, it's the electrical tambura. Okay. So the sound is really gorgeous and already in a different frequencies. This is a D sharp frequency. Okay. Everybody is born with their own frequency, by the way, and I actually had mine tested. So mine is D sharp. I react much better all the time if I have the D sharp in me. So I kind of tune myself in a D sharp and I sing and I hum all my songs. I'm trying to put it in D sharp because, and I didn't know this before I found out, but every time I see my song, oh my God, it isn't D sharp. Wait a minute, why am I doing it? Naturally, I have been doing it. And every time I hum, it's just like it's regulating my whole nervous system when I hum. And I do my mantra all just like hum, and I have a little melody that goes on. And it's just beautiful. So go and find out if you know, we can tell you more about it, how to find out that. But we're going to do now D sharp, few ohms. Okay. And then my favorite breath for immune booster. Okay. And connecting to the parasympathetic nervous system, because that's what yoga does. When we are connected to that, we are chill, we are connected with a source, we are really working with a different level of energy. It's not through the mind, but more through the heart. And so it's really beautiful connection. So we're going to do a little bit of ohms, and then I'm going to put the breathing that I kind of recorded. It's really funky. And then it gives you that rhythm. So for the breath of fire, and I'll explain a little bit more. And we're going to get into that few minutes. So we're on the same level. Then we can start talking, because the talking will be different afterwards. Right. You hear it? Yeah. All right, so just just simple and we go inhale. last one. Inhale. Exhale. And let's find this breathing. All right. So you're going to close the right nostril with the right index finger. Exactly, it's opposite of me. Exactly. You're only going to breathe through the left nostril. Inhale, exhale, like a breath of fire, as fast as you can. This is just like sniffing through the nose. You don't need to know too much about pumping the stomach. Just don't focus on anything. Just keep sniffing, inhale, exhale through the left side. And the breath is very, just follow the recording. It's going to help you. And we go. Last 20 seconds. And we go. Inhale, hold. Now interlace the fingers in front of you and pull like you're trying to separate the hands, but then not hold the breath. Pull and hold. You have that friction going on into your lower back, which is stimulating the kidneys and adrenals. Keep still pulling and holding. Few more seconds. Hold. Concentrate, consolidate, focus your energy, and release. Whew. That's a little foot activation.
My eye.
Little story about this
Yeah.
immune booster exercise, this one that I just did. I tested it because I was in an environment. I was going to Turkey. We were doing this big retreat, and there was the facilities, but they are all like blood taking, reading your blood, and the whole thing. So we read my blood, count blood cells, like the white blood cells, before I was breathing. You know, they take a big prick of your finger on the screen. It shows all your numbers and how they flow and how they're moving. Then I said, let me just breathe for 5 minutes. So I was breathing like this. I said, let's take the blood again. So we took the blood again, and it was 3 times more. So I have my proof. I'm one of these people. I do want to see the proof, even though I feel the proof, but scientifically, I want it back in my head and to tell people. And it's more convincing and it's more real when you actually, you know, we rely on our feelings, but when you really have the science behind, it's much stronger. So just wanted to say that little story.
That's awesome, Maya. Yeah, like Primal Hacker, we have a huge biohacking following, and they just love that story. And all the people that follow me are more like intuitive and don't really need the science, like, right? And so, but it's all good. Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. I think like after the ohms, I felt my eyes roll up inside of my head for a second. I was like, oh, I got to get back here. Like I'm podcasting right now.
You can't go too much out of your.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, that was so powerful. And you guys look at how quick, how easy that was. It doesn't have to be complicated, and how powerful that just the 3 ohms were powerful, right? And then the energy I was feeling like coming up into my body from the nostril breathing. Can you explain a little bit just why did you choose left nostril? I mean, I know why, but could you?
So the left nostril is stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, and that is the system that we stimulate much more when we do yoga.
Yeah.
Because the sympathetic nervous system is a go, 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 stress, 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 adrenals, go, go, go. It's like, when do we rest? When do we actually integrate our activation? Because the sympathetic, they're both equally important. And
Right.
of course, it's important that you have the energy, you have the enthusiasm, and you go get it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this year. It's all about go get it, and it's all
Yeah.
about go for it.
Yeah.
And need that sympathetic, but we have that because we kind of, this system and the earth works that way. So
Right.
we are meant to kind of go, go, go. But that go, go, it's too much sometimes, and it creates too much work for the adrenals, and that the adrenals get tired and stressed, and they can't do it anymore. It's just
Right.
like the computer shuts down. That's it. No more.
Yeah. Totally.
And that's what the adrenals, that's why people have adrenal fatigue and they stress and go to mini breakdown, because
Right.
that's what's happening. So if we do, because the level of sympathetic is much higher than the parasympathetic. So we need ultimately the best will be them to work together in the same level.
Right.
But if you have a little bit more picked up parasympathetic, it's even better, because
Yeah.
kind of the balancing, because yoga
Right.
is all about balance, right?
Right.
The union of these two polarities that we have in everything we do. This whole planet is set up on duality. So yes, anything that has to do with that, we're just trying to balance it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the yin yang, right? Like it's all. Yeah.
Day, night, light, night,
Yep.
darkness. I mean, it's all that. Yeah,
Right.
it's
Right.
all duality.
So Maya, could you talk a little bit about just like your history and give us a little snapshot of like you're a classically trained pianist, and what was the transition? Like what was the epiphany, the moment you were like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to do this. And I've heard you tell this story a little bit, but I'd love our viewers. I have some of my friends that are watching and they've not heard, like I heard it in our teacher training, which I love your stories. And could you just like kind of tell them a little bit more about your past and how Kundalini yoga found you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this whole journey was quite an interesting one. All my life, I've been just like piano, 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 music, 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 and it was all guiding me through my childhood, over my teenage years, and practice, practice. I developed such a big discipline, because to be able to do a concert pianist or any of that, like sportist or anything on a high level to compete, you really have to develop that discipline. And it was hours and hours on the piano, but I never felt like I'm missing out on other things, because I was very quick. I became very quick learner. So I didn't want to miss on my going out. So I was going out. I didn't want to miss on my skiing. So I was going skiing, even though my piano teacher was getting frightfully angry at me, because it was like, what? You have a competition? What if your hand? But I never thought about it. I never thought about if I fall down skiing and I will ruin my hand, I can't do a competition. Those thoughts were not in me. And that's how it works. When you don't have any of that, but when you're constantly thinking of the worst happen.
Yeah.
But if you don't even have that idea,
Right.
I said, well, what is the problem? I went skiing. What?
I love that.
Luckily, I was lucky because of that, because I did not even entertain for 1 second that idea. Because whatever idea you entertain, that's what the universe gives you, thinking, oh, this is what you want, because you keep talking about it, right?
Right.
So I went to the whole, I didn't miss out on anything, on socializing, on life, and it was fantastic. Because very often you see people, like with the sport as well, but piano, violin, whatever it is, they become very much one-sided, and they only know about that instrument they're playing, and they miss out on everything else in life. They don't know anything about art, anything about sport, anything about socializing, anything about any of that.
Right.
But I still stayed attuned of everything. I am so excited coming to this planet. It's like, oh my God, I want to learn everything. I want to constantly keep learning. And that's what excites me. I cannot just be like this, like the horses, and I just piano, piano, and I don't know nothing about anything else in life.
Yeah.
No, no. So when I was signed to Warner Brothers Classical, and well, lots of eyes on me.
Wow.
And I was in a concert in Dag Hammarskjöld Hall in United Nations building in New York.
Hmm.
It was a big one, and all the people. And you know what happens when you're playing classical recital for
Mm.
2 hours? You don't move. You are just playing. Can you
Wow.
imagine the actual meditation that
Right.
you go into that zone that everybody talks about? It's a complete zone. I
Mm.
so understand that
Mm-hmm.
because you are somewhere else.
Mm.
Like I go into some bubble. I don't know what happens. I'm moving. It's not me. Honestly, something else takes over.
Yeah.
I'm the machine and I'm just doing it, but I feel I'm somewhere else and
Mm.
something else is playing for me.
Wow.
That was my beautiful, most amazing meditation. And 2 hours finish, I don't even know. And all I remember is clapping. It's like, oh. I was like astral traveling and I was back. Like, what? Where am I? It's how I used to have these experiences. But then at some point, I think because all these eyes were on me and there are all expectations and all this kind of stuff, I start feeling it like a job.
Mm.
So much to be enjoyment into that bubble that I just described.
Yeah.
So then I start being scared. Then I start having this
Really?
repeating dream that I stop and I don't know how to play anymore. And all the people are there on the concert. That's the biggest fear for every
Yeah.
musician, that you suddenly stop and you don't know what to play after. I mean,
Oh my
that's
God.
repeating dreams, and I'm scared. I'm like, oh my God, I'm losing it. So I heard, those days were a long time ago, when yoga was just about starting, and yoga. Oh, you should do yoga because yoga can help you. So I hired this yogi who was actually a doctor. He's still a friend,
Yeah.
uh, who traveled with me to, calm me down before the concerts
Oh.
and stuff like that. And I start feeling, wow, whatever this is, I'm doing it not because I'm conscious about it, because I'm just doing what he tells me. But I breathe, I stretch, I open up, my posture start being easier, better, my lungs got bigger, and I was like, I'm breathing better when I'm on the piano. I was like, oh, this kind of works. So I put it in my head that this works.
Yeah.
So every time before concert, I have to do yoga. And then one day he had to go. He did not come because he had an emergency in family. He left.
Oh my
And I
God.
was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? But
So
then
cute.
something else, because I already built that grit, that stamina of having
Mhm.
the yoga, suddenly I something else again that pulled me back. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it myself. I remember enough. I mean, come on, I can do it.
Yeah.
That's when I understood. Stop giving the power to other people. No matter how amazing teachers are, including me, I
Mhm.
always thought, as you said, on all the teacher training course, every student I train, I said, don't rely on me.
Yeah.
Take my knowledge,
Hmm.
then you use it your own best way.
Yeah.
Take that power because you can do it.
Hmm.
Don't rely on gurus. Don't rely on teachers.
Yeah.
The power, you're just giving them the power. And then when it's up to you to do it, you're like lost. No, that cannot happen. That's when I understood. That was the best moment. I was so angry on him, but that was the best moment when I understood, wow, thank God this happened, because I got this knowledge about it and understanding that
Right.
this is what life is about. Take your power, learn whatever you can learn from any teachers you enjoy, and then you put it in practice yourself.
Right. And the teacher probably in that moment of like not being there was probably the best teaching moment, right? I love that.
When we're angry at the teachers, oh, why did
Yeah.
you do this? It's just like, think about it. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, after a while
Yeah.
it will go, and you say, oh, wow, thank
Oh,
you. Right?
and
So this is how the whole yoga started with me. And then
okay.
slowly but surely, I actually talk about it in my book, Yoga for Real Life. And then
Mhm.
that's how it all developed. And then slowly I was kind of getting bored of this life, playing piano, da da da. Then I started composing, was much more interesting to me than just playing
Mm,
and being just the instrument, but I actually wanted to create something.
yeah.
That's when I started creating more and more. And I kind of slowly stopped it.
Hmm.
And yoga gave more and more and more. So then I teacher training, I did my teacher training. I enjoyed it so much. It's kind of like a performance for me. That's how it was. Anyway, when you stand out in front of people, it's a performing, like I'm performing on the piano. So for me, it was very natural to stand in front of people and teach. So that's how, it's
But
kind of
what
position.
about what about the Kundalini part? So was the teacher teaching you Kundalini or regular yoga?
It was just hatha.
Okay, okay.
Then I understood, then my search started. Like, wait, so what was this that I was learning? Hatha. Oh, then I started going to some classes in London and then I was like, oh, but there are more. Oh, there are different kind of yoga. And then you start, once you're there,
Yeah.
then pop up. And luckily I've been living then in London, which is the first, I mean, such a beautiful center of all the new things that happen because everybody comes to London, big city, to show their new modalities, right?
Oh
What they
yeah.
can teach. And so first, then I find out about Ashtanga yoga, then Iyengar yoga, then suddenly, slowly, but everything I did after a certain point, because they didn't go into meditation too much. And something was always missing. Not that I knew, but I would get bored after a while. So I'm like, what is it that I'm jumping from one to another, almost like searching for that other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody took me to yoga, Kundalini yoga. I thought, no way, I'm leaving the immediately. I was going to leave the turbans and the
Really?
whole. It felt so scary. I was like, what am I doing? Some kind of like sector, this kind of like cult. It does look like that. It's scary, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I get that.
especially those days, and I was like, oh my God, no, you have to stay. I'm gonna just stay for one class now that I'm here. Okay, fine. And that's how it was. And then my teacher, who became my teacher for the teacher training, Shiv
Yeah.
Sharan Singh, God bless him. He was amazing. He was like, very serious, very like Kundalini, very proper, but then the sound and the gong and this, and I was like, I was having so many experiences, and the mantra, the sound vibration, being a musician. Whoa, I was like, what is this? My heart was pumping. I was like, oh, then the meditation, sit down and completely went into some visualization myself. I went into my past life. I had this whole epiphany happened to me just in that one class.
Oh,
And I was like, wow, I have goosebumps talking
I know,
about it.
me too.
Oh
Oh
my,
my-
oh my God. And that's how it was. I said, okay, my search is over. I'm sticking to this.
Wow, that is so cool. So, okay, so the turbans and like all the seriousness of Kundalini yoga, for those of you who have done yoga with me or with Maya, like like we don't do that. Can you kind of explain like how did you then kind of learn from your teacher and then go, well, maybe there's this other thing, right? Because you're a creator, and that's what drew me to you, or and vice versa. And I'm not a serious person like that, right? And I feel like if I would have had that experience, I might have been like, I don't
Yeah,
know, but
no,
I found you.
but having that discipline in me,
Yeah.
first Eastern European, discipline.
Oh
Then
yeah.
discipline. So then I see this easy peasy. I'm done. No problem.
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
big, heavy discipline stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, okay, whatever. So I was able to break through it and ignore it and just take the teachings. I was absolutely there for the teachings. I didn't
Okay.
know whatever, why, everything. And I understand because they explained. I absolutely understand. It all started in the 60s. They were all following a guru and they were following what the person was doing and what they were wearing. But for many of them, the most important thing what I took out of it, and I understand why, it was most of those teachers that were teaching us, the first line of teachers of Kundalini Yoga,
Yeah.
they were all drug addicts.
Yeah.
That's how it started. So
Okay.
but Kundalini Yoga gave them a different, same kind of like feeling of being high, but naturally.
Yeah.
So they start following that. The turban meant for them, I'm on this path. As an addict, when you
Okay.
say, this is my uniform, I'm a different person now. By wearing the turban, looking different, growing the beard, you have the rope. That's what it meant. That's what my teacher said when he said he almost died, and he tells us his stories and how he was like done.
Mm.
And then yoga, how this, so he's a different person now. He cannot ever take that off, because
Mm.
to him, meaning going back to what he was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what it was. Now I understand much more
Mm.
why. I mean, they have their reason why, but
Yeah.
for me it wasn't that reason. So why do I didn't need to. So I bypass those rules, and I'm easy with I just want to be relaxed about things and not having too many rules, because I grew up with rules. And so for me, it was easy to bypass that and just take the teachings, learn it, and create my own way. And that's what I teach people to, as I said, take the teaching, learn
Yeah.
it, do it yourself.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And like Maya, I love the yin that you bring to it, right?
Ah,
Like it really is, you guys. I've seen some other, teachers, and it is so much more like Shakti, and we don't encompass that enough. Like I heard Maya say in her videos, like the first time I ever listened to your video on my Amazon Prime, like little video, de-stress and detox, Kundalini yoga, like you're saying, like we don't sit in receptivity enough. We have this yang, go, you got hard, patriarchal, fire energy. And when do we balance that? And when you said that on that video, I was in receptivity mode, right? I was like, tell me more. Like, what is this woman saying? And I was doing your video, like, I mean, for many, many years just outside, and I'd be like by myself doing it. And I'm like, there's something really special about this and about your music. And I just kept going back to it and back to it. And I would try other modalities of yoga, which are great for flexibility and strength, training or whatever. But I too was like this same what you just said, like there was something missing from it. There was some connection that I was looking for, that I was in some yoga pose with my eyes closed. And then I'd wake up and I go, oh, when do we go deeper? Right? Like something's not, it's just, there's got to be more. So then that's when I found you, and I was like, oh, here it is. So yeah, that was,
balance that we are all searching for, and
yeah,
when it's not there, you feel it,
yeah,
because some form are really just yin yin, some form are very yang, and so it's kind of you need. So then when I start applying the receptivity and the integration and the yin
mm,
and the qigong and the tai chi, because that's when it all happened like differently, because
right.
I actually traveling so much, teaching hours and hours, my body felt it.
Mm-hmm.
My God, that
Oh
whole
yeah.
force. Oof. And I said, something has to change, because my body cannot take it. I'm breaking. I'm like so in pain.
Right.
And other people are complaining, So it's like you can't just force the body to that extent. You need to give it the balance. You need to give the other side. You can't just keep going on.
Totally. So
Oh,
Maya, when you're talking to somebody and they like say they don't have any idea about what Kundalini is, like could you give us like a little example of like how do you explain it? Like what is Kundalini and what is it to you?
right. Well, that is a force that we are all born with. It's
Mm,
like, but it's sitting dormant in a base chakra. And not many people are aware of it. But more and more now, with awareness that we are spreading about Kundalini, people
mm,
get to, oh, that is the energy. I feel it. It's just that snake that makes you move, that makes you enthusiasm and energy and inspire and uplift and all these things that you do in life. It's that energy, but it's sitting there. So you only have it from time to time. But by learning Kundalini yoga, we know how to activate it when we want it,
mm,
not just when it wants it.
mhm, mhm,
So, because then you become the master and you become in control. So you direct this energy. That's what we are learning. So through the systems of the chakras, then we learn how to direct this energy. Oh, I want a little bit more. My adrenals are, oh, they're tired. You know what? Okay, let me do something, some positions and some breath, which is specific for that. And I will feel better. It's like taking a pill.
yeah.
But instead, you're directing it yourself. That's why we learn the systems of the chakras. My heart, oh, my heart is aching and this and that. Oh, let's do heart chakra. Boom, boom, your heart starts pulsating. And whenever you need, you just ask, and then you direct it. I mean, how amazing that is, right?
That's so
In
awesome.
your fingertips, you know your system, you know your body, and you know how to direct it. But we need to learn how to do that.
Right.
Or you go to a teacher, well, and then you follow the classes, and that's how you learn, or you do videos. But you need to have the awareness about it. So that is this force, this energy that's sitting dormant, waiting for you to wake me up.
That's
And so once it's wakened, then it's like, whoa, this is different. I see different. I talk different. I think different. Whoa, everything is brighter. What's happening, right? You suddenly awaken.
so what are you actually doing? You're raising your frequency, right?
Your vibration,
Your
and you're getting that energy to work for you,
yeah.
because that energy can clear toxins, can when the energy is balanced in certain organs and in certain trigger in the endocrine system and the glands, and then all the glands are connected and in harmony, poof, you're fantastic. You feel great.
Mm,
First of all, health wise, emotionally, you feel better. Mentally, you're open, you're more sharp, your brain is working. You kind of become superhuman
yeah.
because we have that in us. But you use much more percentage of what you usually do. You probably use not even 5% as a
Right.
normal being, not knowing anything. But when you activate this energy, you're 100%, like, wow, that becomes superhuman, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's such an interesting progression too. Like the first, like the first year that I was doing it with just your videos, like I would just start crying. I mean, it's so emotional. I think people don't really understand. Like they'll be in my class and they'll be like, at the end or during, or, like even through the whole time. And I'm like, that's normal. Like your tears are psychic neutralizers. Like you're supposed to cry.
I say to people, you should be lucky that this is happening,
Yeah, that's
because
good.
that things are coming out.
Right.
Whatever is sitting on the surface needs to come out, it will
Yeah.
come out.
Right.
Especially when you do some mantras physical with the moves, like the third chakra opening and being angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And lots of people cry because they're
Oh,
like there's sadness coming out,
yep.
or some people laugh.
Yeah.
I get
Oh
to
yeah.
euphoria, like because that's their feeling, and it's oh, trust me, I see it all. I'm like, what? Some people are just going for it, and because that's what they're feeling at that moment. You see,
Yeah.
so that's what it is. So you should
Oh,
be lucky that any of these emotions are coming out, because you're clearing. They are coming out.
right. Right. I remember the first time I did laughter yoga with you. That was so crazy. You're like, see, this is craziness. And I'm like, ah! Your laugh is so great.
No, but you can transmute fear into
Yeah.
joy
Oh, yeah.
just by doing that position,
Right.
specifically for the anger or for joy or for whatever we're working on, like
Yeah.
pituitary gland. We're stimulating all the formation of serotonin, and when you have the serotonin through the day, then you sleep better because you created melatonin in the night. So as you know so much about melatonin, you can tell us more.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But you need to stimulate, you need to create this serotonin, which is through the pituitary gland. And the easiest way, you look at the tip of the nose, you just point your direction, and normal breathing, you keep looking. And it's not easy because
No.
you're tired.
Yeah.
It's like pressure on the eye. You're working with the optical nerve,
Right.
the triangle here, connecting to hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal gland, all of them, they're like, and it's like a muscle. And if you're not training it, it's going to feel very heavy and very weird at the
Right.
beginning.
Right.
So you start few seconds, then you close your eyes, rest the eyes, then you start again few seconds, rest the eyes, few seconds. So that will kind of create more and more, and you build it every day. And when that muscle is juicy, whoa, body is juicy, right? That's what
Oh my God. So what could you work up to, like holding that? Like how long do you hold it?
the easiest thing. Well, I can hold it now for longer, like two minutes, but three
Really?
minutes. I mean, even that, especially if you're in a down dog position, the triangle,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
then you open your eyes just a little bit, and you're looking at the tip of the nose. Wow,
Mm,
that
yeah.
creates, in 3 minutes, you're done. It's the
Yeah.
most effective antidepressive position. If
Oh,
you're depressed, guys, anybody who suffers from any of that, just go into down dog and open your eyes a little bit and cross your eyes. Just keep breathing. Wow.
yeah.
You
So
just
that's
your life.
I was gonna say I learned that it's called Nastica Jersti, right?
Right.
Nastica Jersti. Is that correct?
Yeah, Drishti.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that is so powerful. And you can feel the power in that just from doing it for a few seconds because you're like, whoa, like what just happened? Right?
Pushing the pituitary gland when your head is down, it's completely
Mm,
pushing the pituitary gland, and with the breath and the eyes being directing into the crossing, into the
yeah.
nose. Whoa, immediately happens so quickly.
Wow.
I was every time I go to Asia, and you go to the temples and you see the Buddhas and they're all smiling Buddhas, but the eyes are always very close. And you're
Mm,
thinking, why are the eyes so close?
mm.
That's what they're doing. They keep looking at the tip of
Oh.
the nose, and they had as well, because when it's going and working, you don't have to suffer through it. When you're done with it, your muscle is working, then you feel that bliss, that joy, because serotonin creates joy.
Oh
That's
my God.
serotonin for, to be joyful. And so that's when somebody told me, and then
So
I said,
cool.
wow, now I understand.
Yeah. I just learned about the little Buddha smile thing too. I've been using that in my classes. I'm like, smile on the heart, smile on the face. And then I'm like, you don't want a big Cheshire smile, just a little, and it chemically changes your body,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Just a
yes.
oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so I have to tell you about this dream I had. It's super goofy, and I just wanted to I just want to share it with you because I mean, I don't know. I just think it's light and funny. So Monday morning, I think it was Monday morning, I woke up and I was just like, like when you come out of a morning dream and you're just like, was that actually real? Like, where am I? Like one of those really vivid morning dreams. So we were in auditorium and you were teaching and you had a bunch of kids and you had a bunch of sons. I know you have a daughter and a son, or two daughters. Two daughters. And you had a bunch of sons in my dream. So you have a bunch of sons, and I wrote it down, and this is really quick. And you were also Maya. I love how you express yourself through like your fun T-shirts and your clothing, and like you're just so awesome. You're just so Maya, and just do whatever you want. And I love that, and I do the same thing. And so you're always inspiring me to be more Heidi too. So so thank you. But you had on this blue leather outfit, and it was like a Queen Latifah jumpsuit. It was like it was like shiny blue leather. It was so bizarre. I was like, why is Maya here with all her
80s, 90s, right?
Yeah, right. Totally. And I was like, why is Maya here with all these boys, all her sons, and she's dressed like Queen Latifah? It was so funny. But here's the crazy part. You gave us all magical eyelashes. Like, and you know how like when you do the little app on the phone and it puts like makeup on and whatever, you gave everybody eyelashes without an app. Like you just put them on so that our vision, like the veil was lifted, so like our faces all just had these like really pretty eyelashes, and we were all like, thanks Maya.
It's amazing.
Isn't that weird?
It's so amazing. Wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah, maybe that's how it's kind of metaphorically speaking, I'm giving different eyes to people, right?
yeah, totally. I mean, I know.
You see with different eyes, everything is brighter, colors are different, but that's what it is.
Seriously.
When you awaken, that's what happens.
And there's something with the blue, right? Because that's Vishuddhi. That's in the blue must be something with
Well, the pituitary gland, opening the pituitary gland
yeah,
is purple, so dark blue,
right.
that color. And the blue also is for the fifth chakra, which is opening the throat chakra and speaking out. So that whole connection of blue, and blue is very healing.
Yeah,
Blue, healing, opening, awakening, looking at through the eyes.
right.
The eyes of blue. And you
I
have
know.
yeah.
And the sons, like I don't know about like they were males, but maybe they're like the sun. You know what I mean? Maybe it was there some I don't know.
Oh, we need some interpreter. Anybody
Yeah.
reads dreams?
Yeah. Actually, my good friend was Shayla. She is really good at dream interpretation. I'll have to hit her up and see what yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah, right.
is the other day I had an amazing drink. I thought I was actually doing it. It must have been astral traveling. I mean, just I was so present then.
Mm.
So I was in the water and it was a big wave, like a tsunami wave, but it wasn't scary.
Mm.
I was on it and I was waving and I was like, and I felt that like that's kind of like a fun kind of excitement in your heart. I literally felt the excitement. I'm thinking myself, wait, but I don't know how to surf. I'm not surfer, but I'm surfing, and I felt how it feels to be a surfer. I was like, and then the sky and the water was blending together.
What?
I thought I'm in the water, but then I start flying. So I was actually in the sky, and I was like, what? Wait, but it was water. It was sky.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
It was. I wake up like excited. I really literally felt that feeling of
Wow.
riding the wave and how people feel when they're
Yeah.
so excited about it, of why they want to be in the water and keep doing it, is that feeling.
Oh my God.
In my dream, how do you feel that inside while you're
Yeah.
sleeping?
Yeah.
So I have a theory that maybe it's the other way around. Are we dreaming and while we're sleeping, or
Mhm.
sleeping while we are awake? Which
Mhm.
one is what? Is it we are really the real life is taking place when we're actually sleeping?
Definitely. Yeah. Hey, do you know,
Like the avatar. I mean,
yeah.
it's like you
Yeah.
go there. Where do I see these places? I've never seen these places. But the creative mind that creates these amazing spaces, where are they?
Right. And maybe that's who we really,
Maybe that's where we live, but this is the
yeah.
work.
Right. Yeah.
This is a workplace. It's you learn and you learn and you learn and you learn and you challenge and and you break and then you go, oh, go home. Sleep up. Wait, come back to earth. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a choice. I don't know.
I don't know. It's so fascinating because there's a teacher that I just learned about. His name is Omram. Do you know this guy? Omram, um, Mikhail Ivanov. Do you know that name?
Oh,
He was one of Wayne Dyer's early teachers. And I just learned about him, and he has some really interesting stuff about dreams. I'll text you his name, but look him up. Yeah,
look, anybody can just like speculate because nobody
yeah,
knows.
right. Yeah. Yeah, he's got some, yeah,
Take
he's got some,
time and I came back and I tell you this is how it is. You think he's crazy, right?
yeah,
So
right.
we'll
Well, it's
never know till the day.
yeah, yeah. And it's like the Aborigines in Australia, right? Like that's their worldview, is that this is the work. This is not the real life. The real life is dream life, right?
Really, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So the fact that I came up with the same understanding must be that it's in the air. Must be
Yeah.
that something
It's
is
in
true about it.
yeah, it's in the ether.
So how did
Yeah.
I sure so many people figure that out somehow? Hmm, is it? Is it? It was a very interesting movie, Waking Life. I don't know if you,
Hmm,
oh, amazing. They talk about
really?
all this. It's really, really amazing. So it's animation and it's all moving all the time.
Hmm.
And they're real people, actors. Ethan
Oh,
Hawke is in it, and it's so you can see their faces, but it's all moving and that's what they're talking about. Remembering when you put the lights on, that's you're going into astral by when the lights switch on, that you know that you're there and all this kind of stuff.
oh,
So that's when my whole mind starts working. Waking life is this dreaming
huh,
while we're awake while we're dreaming, all that kind of stuff. So
cool. I love that. Well, and Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about like, have you been to you went to his week long? Yeah.
actually,
You went
yeah.
twice?
Yes. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah. So the
Uh-uh.
first was Marco Island just for a weekend. The
Okay.
first was the whole week, yeah, in Carayas, no,
Oh,
Carayas, um, Cancun.
oh,
And then I did a kind of a weekend, long
oh, you
weekend.
you did the
So,
follow-up?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so fun. Well, you know how like he says you put the VR glasses on?
I have not stopped doing the blessing the energy centers. Every morning I wake up with that. Every morning I have not stopped. It's so amazing. I just get my centers and that's what I teach and that's what I'm all about, aligning and
Yeah.
blessing the centers, which is
Oh, that's so cool. I actually just started working with a coaching client, and she said that she talks to her energy centers and they talk to her. And I'm like, that's so awesome. She's a Reiki master. I'm like, I love that.
It's not how we do with dancing, my kunda dance. I mean,
Mm,
talk about that. Jeez. People want to dance. People
yes.
in our generation, we used to dance all the time. We used to do clubs and whatever, just be free with it.
Hmm.
And there is no person who doesn't want to move their body, and that's the best exercise ever. And the fact that how I combine kunda dance with all the moves and the qigong and the breathing and the meditation and the mantras, everything goes on. But as a result, we are actually going to do scientific proof. We're going to put the caps on with the electrodes, so it's all connected to your brain waves to see how they're working while you're doing kunda dance.
Yeah.
So that's on the it's happening in February, so I will tell you more about it after it happens, because I'm very, very curious, because as you said, we started the conversation about feeling it
Hmm.
versus actually having scientific proof.
Right. Right.
I already know the feeling, and I already see people smiling on their faces, and they're completely rejuvenated and completely happy, and serotonin is flying up, and everybody tells me, oh my God, this is amazing,
Yeah.
how they feel. But I want to prove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scientific proof, yeah.
I'm sure our biohacking audience is loving that. But I can feel that too when I'm teaching a class. I do these little mini retreats in the town that we live in, and I can only have like 8 people in there. But by the time we're done, we do an hour of Kundalini, and then we do half an hour of breath work, and like a shamanic breath work. And by the time we're done, I have another friend who's she's a local shaman, Peruvian shaman. And when she comes, just like her vibration being there brings everybody up. But when we're done with that, everybody just floats away. It's so cool.
Yeah, well, so that's why I keep training and training for Kunda dance. Now it's the next one. You should come,
Yeah.
14th of January.
Okay. Okay. I'll look it up.
Yeah, and we also have the advanced Kunda dance for people who already taken the Kunda dance. And I have so many different playlists and music, so it's never boring. As you
Yeah.
change the playlist, the whole dance becomes different. Your whole experience becomes different. So
Right.
it's really important. But I do want to train people to learn it properly, because if you know what each position brings to you and what it means and
Mm,
what it does for you, it's a completely changes your mind, body, and spirit together, not just physically doing something. Like you're not connected emotionally, or
right.
that's why for me aerobic and all this, yeah, fine, it's do the weights or run and whatever. But
Right.
if you are actually connected emotionally and mentally,
Yeah.
then the whole picture,
Right.
everything, have all the dots connecting. That's a
Yeah,
whole new level.
absolutely.
That's
Do you
why I
guys
want
see?
people to learn it.
Yeah. Do you guys see why she's an amazing teacher? I mean, just having you here, like talking about this, Maya, people are getting a really good, example of like, this is how she teaches. So if you are honestly, if anybody listening is interested in Kundalini yoga, becoming an instructor and sharing this knowledge with more people, because like that's the torch. We're torch bearers, right? And she passed it to me. Now we're passing it to other people. So Maya, you guys, is the best Kundalini instructor for teacher training. And you feel so cared for in her container, let me tell you. And the vast amount of knowledge, the amount of fun that we have, like, I mean, you get all of this for, for 3 months. And you do sadhana. You are a changed person. It literally changes your life the first week. I mean, you have to change, but like Maya, I've seen other teachers kind of, through the social media and stuff. And the thing that Maya, that you have, I think that is like, you just have this light. First of all, you have this light that is shining out of you, obviously, because you walk the walk, you talk the talk, you do everything that you say, that you practice, right? And you're living it. Like you live the yoga. That's why it's yoga for real life. And that's, like this is her book. This is the yoga for real life. And Maya's program is about being able to step into your off the mat and into your own life with challenges and stay in meditation, right? You can show up and be calm and energized and feel good and spread joy and spread light. And then she adds in her music, which is like profound. Like nobody else does that. So we're like, I mean, you're singing to yourself, you're invincible all the time. And guess what? You just, like what she says, like you get these superpowers. The intuitive downloads that I've been getting since I began Kundalini yoga, and then my friend's shamanic breath work, Maya, are unbelievable. I wake up every morning with downloads and I'm just like, yeah, it's crazy.
That's it. And the music obviously is the most
Oh,
important thing. I mean, the music changes everything.
yeah,
First of all, if you understand it, the way we do it and the way we understand it, because I teach how
yeah,
to use music, how to listen to music, how to actually apply it in your playlists,
yeah,
and this is not only just for people who want to teach.
right, right.
Half of these classes, you remember,
Yeah.
they just took it as a personal transformation,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like 10 years of therapy in 3 months.
Yeah.
Resolved all the issues you've been struggling for 10 years and more all your life, and you go and you go and you go to therapy. And but you know why? Because we take all those memory cells of trauma that are bothering us, all the issues is in the body,
Mm-hmm.
but because of movement and the breath and the kundalini and the activation and the sound, that whole mix gets rid of the trauma.
Yes.
That's why it's so powerful to
Oh,
do training for yourself, for
yeah,
first yourself. And I say to everybody, first do it for yourself. When you're transformed, then if you want to share it, then you're ready.
yeah,
But
yeah.
just take this training for yourself, as you know how much you've changed.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it literally changed my life because you guys, I didn't know how, like, I think a lot of women don't understand too, like the historical anger that is in our bodies. Right. And when I heard that term, I was like, historical anger, holy shit. I have a lot of historical anger and a lot of present anger of things that stored in places I don't even know. And when we started doing the anger release, I can't roll my tongue as well as you, but I try. We start doing that and I start teaching that in my classes and people are like, what just happened to me? I'm like, I know. It's excavating that shit out of your body you don't need, right? And that was a game changer. That was a huge game changer for my life. I started emptying out all that shit, all the junk and anger, jealousy, trauma, anything that was inside. And I literally became a container, an empty container. And now it's pure creativity,
Yeah.
right? That comes
Now
out.
the space is available.
Yeah,
If you're full with stuff, I mean, where is it going to go? Even the good stuff cannot enter because you need to release it first to get rid of, and then the empty space, then you fill it with good stuff. Yeah.
exactly. Do you know the Bruce Lee story that Bob Proctor talks about? People ask Bruce Lee, master, he's like, teach us, we want to know more. And Bruce like takes 2 glasses of water and he puts one in front of a student and one in front of him. And he goes, here's my wisdom and here's what I know. And what happens if I pour it into your cup? It's just going to overflow. And he's like, you got to empty your cup.
Yes.
Isn't that great? I was like,
Perfect.
oh,
Perfect.
God. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. The simplest way to
Yeah.
explain. You need
Right.
to empty it first.
Yeah.
Then
And
the knowledge. Yeah.
right. And he uses an example. He puts Coca-Cola in it and I won't do that. Are we going to dance, Maya?
Yes. Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
that.
dance. We've got a few more minutes. Let's everybody get up. And if you're watching whoever's watching on the Primal Hacker YouTube channel, we're going to do some Kunda dance. I'm going to pin Maya here and she's going to lead us through. You're going to see what an incredible teacher she is. And then we will follow up real quickly with how people can get in contact with you and what you're excited about. And she's got some big goals this year that she's going to share with us. So, all right, you guys.
Go for it this year.
Yeah, go for it.
No more fear. No more waiting for anything to happen. Just you make it happen.
That's awesome. It's all action, right?
So I'm just gonna
Inspired action.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a different, some different moves. You don't know this. But
Okay. Yay.
Yeah. Okay, let me put a bit higher so you can see.
Right. And welcome Tara and B and everybody who's on YouTube, Primal Hacker channel. I've been so in with like Maya's conversation. I haven't been responding, but Thaddeus is. So, all right, Maya, you're on.
Right. Okay. Let's move. So first, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Create that lotus in front front of your heart. Move, push away, delete, remove, and then come to the heart. And you go inhale, exhale. Exhale through the mouth.
Calling you into the darkness. Open your eyes. Strip away your skin deep leather. Let it come by.
And now, hard, kick, hard. Roll the tongue and hard, kick, One, two, three, four. Twist.
This is where the halo shines. The ecstasy of love divine. Saving you.
That's it.
Constant craving. Open your mind.
Open your mind. This is also
Warming
my
your
old album, some of my old songs.
kisses. Let it come alive.
And we go. Knee to elbow, walk, walk. Knee to elbow, walk, walk.
Touch you. Believe you. Hold you. Receive you. Want you. Believe you. Feel you. Hear you. Touch
Intensify the navel.
you.
Let's get rid of that anger.
Receive you. Want to. Believe you.
Now we're going to become Kali. Kali was the goddess, chopping off all the negativity. It's like you get your anger out and you get your sword. Ha! And you go, ha! 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 Like you're chopping anything you don't want. Doesn't serve you anymore. Get your anger out. Ha! 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 And mean it. Ha! Ha! This is your sword. Ha! 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 Now let's transmute this anger into joy. Keep kicking the seventh rib of happiness. Ha! 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 Connect the elbow to the rib cage. Transmuting the anger into joy.
This is where the halo shines. The ecstasy of love divine. Saving you, constant craving. Open your
And
mind.
now, hug yourself. Hurry.
Embrace perfect kisses.
Hurry.
Let it come alive.
And up and down, inhale, exhale.
Hold you, see you, want to, believe you.
And again. Last one. Okay. How you guys feeling?
Maya, that was awesome. Oh my God. Oh, I haven't done Kunda dance in a while. Now I'm all like reinvigorated, and I'm on a retreat that weekend, the January one, but I'm gonna jump on the next one.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We do
yeah.
it once a month. We do it once a month.
Okay, okay. And that's live?
It's live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Saturday, do you know about my free class? We want to start strong. So I'm offering free class on Saturday on the 7th
yeah.
at 8 o'clock. We're all
Okay.
going to really powerful class, like really going for it, because that's the message this year, going strong, go for it. And then we're going to do at the end, mantra for abundance.
Okay.
And the next 7 days, I'll come in every day at 8 o'clock. It's
Okay.
the same, and keep coming, and we're going to do the abundance mantra.
I love that. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, I got the email. I saw that. I didn't have time to like really look at it, but I was preparing for a podcast, Maya. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's tomorrow, actually. Yeah, the class is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the same for a whole week. We have the mantra. I'm gonna come live every day to do the mantra with you guys.
It's a challenge, right?
It's a challenge, yeah.
Yes.
It's a challenge.
Mantra challenge. That's right. Okay. Mantra. I'll make sure I put that out for all my people too. So Julie, Bernadette, Tara, Jackson, and I think Julie, the other Julie, there I can see him on YouTube. So I'm like, you guys look for that email from Maya. So I know they all follow you. So okay. I thought you were muted for a second, Maya. Thank you so much for that. Kunda dance. Oh, I'm just like invigorated. I'm going on a date with my husband in a few minutes. So
I love that. Oh my God. This is
yeah.
Dates with our husbands, because we just don't. We just becomes all like
yeah.
all
That's so
hey, but if you're going out.
Yeah. We're going to he takes me this Friday nights are date nights, and he takes me this really special place. You have to have a reservation and blah blah, and they have like Barolo wine there.
I love Barolo. Oh my God.
There's nothing like it.
It's so great, isn't
and
it?
Once you have it, you're like, that's not Barolo.
Then you know.
You like really turn in.
It's not a cheap wine, so not many places have it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's our special like kind of holiday, our date night. So yeah, I know that's super fun. Two things. I have a funny story to tell you. I know we're 4 minutes over, and we'll wrap it up really soon. So my son, who's 18, Michelangelo, he was out working on one of those what do you call them? It's like you work on work on organic farms this summer in Montana. And it's like the guy's name is Bertold, and they're like, they're kind of like, they're farmer, they're men, whatever. And I was like, Michael, I was like, what do you guys do in the morning? And he's like, well, Bertold likes to do yoga. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, that's funny. And I go, what do you do? And he goes, well, I've been teaching him Kundalini.
Yeah, why not? Whatever you learn, you teach.
Seriously. So Michael's been working with me. Here's this like teenage boy. So awesome. He'll come to my classes. He comes to my little mini retreats, and he's like, Mom, this is so fun. Like, he's like, I might take her teacher training at some point. And I'm like, that's fabulous, because I mean, we love to have more men, like in that, because we need more men to like jump on the train.
We have maybe 2-3 men, but it's way less than the women.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but
exactly.
The teacher training is happening 18th of March. So yeah.
Maybe I don't know about this year, but maybe like in the next year or so. And then my other son Jackson, he comes to some of our retreats, and he was at our pyramid retreat, and he's in there. He's 20. Like, these young men are like sitting down doing the all the Kundalini, all the crazy stuff that we do, and I'm just like, I really just wanted to share that with you, because like, I mean, when you can inspire young teenage men, right?
Yeah, that is I love hearing this. And I tell you, every day I have emails and emails of people saying the same thing. I watched
Sure.
this DVD with my mom, and then I really liked it. And I had a teacher training course when it was a few years back in Greece. The youngest teacher who
Yeah.
became was the best, 16 years old.
How old?
16.
Oh my, what?
Yeah, yeah. She was so switched on. She must have some previous life because
Yeah.
she was prepared. I mean,
Yeah.
16,
Oh my
and she
God.
came alone to the teacher training course for 30, what was it? Almost 4 weeks, a whole month in Greece. Yeah.
Was that the one when you show like the sadhana?
In the Instagram like a few years ago, but she's still somewhere there. Yeah, we took
Really?
pictures and it's like, and I had really young. The other one was 19, the other one was 18, another one was 20. I had the whole range of, for some reason, that whole group was very young.
They're so dialed in. That's so
Yeah,
fun.
that's how
Yeah.
they-
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's just spend the next few minutes of you talking about like what's 2023 for you, like your big goal, and just like tell everybody what's going on in Maya's world, what you're up to these days and how to get in touch with you.
Yes. Well, 23, I just feel strongly. I mean, this is it. Enough of waiting. Last year was all kind of like a little bit freaky because people are thinking, oh, is this gonna come back or not? And, it was all a bit, I felt like people are waiting. So nobody was making any new ideas or new things happening because it was all kind of like, walking on eggshells. So this year, it's all about no more waiting, go for it. Just get on with what you always wanted to do. No more scared, no more fears, no more, yeah, go for it. That's my message. Absolutely. Anything you wanted for whatever, this is it. It's kind of line up like that. It's almost like it's all about preparation, how much preparation you do in life, and suddenly things are happening. Well, it's not suddenly. You've prepared and you've been working and working on certain things and certain ideas, and suddenly it happens because you're now ready and you've learned everything that you needed to learn about that. So go for it. 2023, number 7, go. I work everything with number 7, so for me that is the year. 203, 2 and 3, 5 and 2, 6, 7. 7. 2023 is 7.
I love that. That's numerology, right? Yeah.
So I believe in my head, and 7 is my number.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hey, before we go, can you tell us when you at the very beginning you said that you found out your frequency that was D sharp? How did you do that?
I went to wait, so Thomas, I can send you the number, but this is here in California, so I don't know.
Okay.
There must be other people. But what was the movie, the documentary I was watching, and that's where Hill.
Oh, okay.
There is that guy,
Oh yeah.
Jefferson or something like that, who was doing the sound. It was in the movie Hill. So and I went to it because it's just around the corner for me.
Oh,
So I went to him and he set me on a table, the whole thing. You have to sing a vibration, and he records your vibration and figures it out. But there are
really?
lots of centers now that do. At least there is it in California, but I don't know
Yeah.
where people are. Maybe just inquire and find out. But
Yeah.
I work
Yeah.
with that. So then he recorded all the really special music for healing in this frequency. So I have all the
Oh.
things, I just put it on and immediately I go in.
Was it kind of like a program or is it just
Program, but he creates it.
okay? I think I know. Was there like solfeggio tunes and stuff in there?
Not so new now anymore, but
Hmm.
there are a few people who are lots of places actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's super fascinating. I'm all interested. Yeah.
And if anybody wants to find out or ask me any questions, Maya Fiennes, info@mayafiennes.com, and just on Instagram, or there are places to find me. Come to my website, sign up, and then you can receive newsletters and all the stuff that's happening and going on.
Awesome. And so what's the next detox? You have something coming up besides the challenge? Is there something?
So we're doing the challenge now this week, and then it's Saturday and Sunday is Kunda dance and the advanced Kunda dance, and then afterwards, no detox is at this point, but we're gonna do shake up and shape up. That's the detox, but we're gonna leave a little bit later, just because this whole month is about detox and it's loaded. Everybody's doing some kind of detox, so go do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it a little bit like a spring cleaning.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful.
End of February, beginning of March, I'm gonna do that little detox kind of to get us back to spring. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My last question, who are you reading right now? Who are you learning from? And then who are two of your most influential teachers in your life?
The funny thing it's not like just now, but I always remember, and funny thing is I have it right here because I have it like,
Drunvalo.
Yeah. I love the Drunvalo. I haven't seen anything lately, but I have his book. That's the Ancient Secret. But I took the cover and I'm looking at this sign and I tune in.
Nice.
I look at the sign and it jumps out of me. So the tree comes out like the tree of life. And I cross my eyes a little bit and then I see it. I want to like touch it. Oh, it's just, I don't know. I play around with it. So I can't look at this. But this is being my teacher and everything. And many books at the moment. Atomic Habits.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just such a nice reminder to the little things that matter. And that's what is like all this preparation and you discipline, and then boom, the whole thing makes sense. But it happens, right? But always making that sure that those little moments are in place.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's funny. I don't know how I even got into it at the moment. I'm just into that, but it was some kind of inside in me just said, okay, do this. So always, sometimes I hear about things and I've searched. Sometimes I just look through my audiobooks. I love audio because I'm driving a lot in LA or I'm walking my dog and I like to listen. So audiobooks, I'll just go through it and something feels like right.
Yeah. So, and how did you know that 2023, other than numerology, like is the go for it year? Like, how do you know that?
I just felt it.
Just feel it. Yeah. I love that.
There's no this.
Yeah. I mean,
I just feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. And but I mean, you feel it.
When you understand something and you feel it and you believe it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Once you start believing something and you keep doing it and you keep saying it, that's it.
Yeah. And then you do it.
You do it.
Yeah. You do it. You do it effortlessly, right?
In your cells, it's in your understanding and it's in your aura and it's that energy of go for it. I have it right here, so
cool. Oh my God. I love that. Well, and my son just wrote a message and he said, I have to head out. He's a solar salesman. He actually lives in California. And he goes, Mom, I got to head out to the doors, but I'm grateful to have been able to tune in for an hour. Love you. So that was Jackson. And then the other people are like, thank you. That was awesome. Everybody loved the Kunda dance and just a lot of thank yous. So thank you so much for your time, Maya. This has been incredible. So spending time with you is always just such a joy. Thank you for sharing your light with the world. And I'm going to start crying. I just love you so much. I mean, I'm always starstruck talking to you because you're like one of my first teachers too. And, when I found you, I knew there was something like really special, and what you do in the world, like we make the world a better place and we do it by working on ourselves, right?
The motto of Kunda dance, making billion people happy.
Yes. I love it. All right. Well, is
it million or billion? No, we think big, right? Billion.
I'm going to jump on that runway too. I love it. We're just going to spread joy wherever we can. So, all right, Maya, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Sat Nam.